Hi, dear students. We are going to see the glycolysis of aerobic respiration. In the last class, we have seen the differentiation of two types of respiratory mechanisms, aerobic and anaerobic, and steps of both the respiratory types. So now we are going to see the first stage of aerobic respiration, that is glycolysis. Clear? So then come to glycolysis. So in glycolysis, the technical or literal meaning of glycolysis is glyco. Glyco means or glykis. So this is Greek word. In Greek, glykis means sugar. Glykis means what? Sugar. Whereas lysis indicates breakdown. Lysis indicates breakdown or splitting. Okay, so then finally lysis means breakdown or splitting, whereas glyco or glykis means sugar. So breakdown or splitting of sugar is called as glycolysis. That is a literal meaning of glycolysis. Okay, so in glycolysis what happens? For example, this is what? C6H12O6. This is the formula of glucose. Okay, then it undergoes into splitting or breakdown process. Finally, we get two molecules of pyruvic acids. So Pa and Pa. So Pa stands for pyruvic acid. So two molecules of pyruvic acids are formed due to breakdown or splitting of glycolysis. Glucose molecule. Clear? So these are the end products. These are the end products of glycolysis. This is regarded as the substrate of glycolysis. This is what? The substrate of glycolysis. Substrate nothing but what? The substrate is a compound or substance which initiates the process. Okay? Substrate initiates the process. Hence, glucose is regarded as the substrate for glycolytic pathway. So then it undergoes into several stages or breakdown process. Finally, we will get two molecules of pyruvic acids. So then they are called as end products. Okay, so pyruvic acids are the end products of glycolysis, whereas glucose molecule acts as a substrate for glycolysis. Clear? This entire process was discovered by three scientists. Three scientists named Emden, Meyerhoff and Parnas. Okay, so Emden, Meyerhoff and Parnas. So these three are belong to the nation Germany. So these Emden, Meyerhoff and Parnas, the first letter of each and every scientist denotes E for Emden, M for Meyerhoff and P for Parnas. So these you have to take these first three letters. Hence this glycolytic pathway is also called as EMP pathway. Okay, EMP pathway. So E stands for Emden, M stands for Meyerhoff, P stands for Parnas. So these three names denotes the scientists of glycolysis who discovered glycolytic pathway for the first time. Okay, so this is the another name. This is another name to the glycolysis. So we have another name as well, that is cytoplasmic respiration. So glycolysis is also called as what? Cytoplasmic respiration. So glycolysis is also called as cytoplasmic respiration. Why it is cytoplasmic respiration? Because it occurs in the cytoplasm. For example, this is a cell. So there is a liquid or fluid substance inside the cell. This liquid or fluid substance can be called as cytoplasm. This entire process means breakdown of glucose and formation of pyruvic acid molecules happens in this particular region or zone. Hence, glycolysis is also called as cytoplasmic respiration. Clear? Then we have another name, that is the third name of glycolysis. Glycolysis has several names. One is EMP pathway. Clear? Then the second one is cytoplasmic respiration. Okay. The third name of glycolysis is core respiration. Remember. So core respiration. So core nothing but common. Core indicates what? Common. So glycolysis is common for aerobic and anaerobic respiratory mechanism. Hence, this is a common respiration. That is the reason it is called as core respiration. The word core respiration was first used by the scientist named William James. William James was a man who used the word core respiration for the first time to glycolytic pathway. Clear? So this is about basic information regarding glycolytic pathway. Remember, so glucose undergoes into splitting. This is regarded as a partial breakdown. Clear? So partial breakdown of glucose leads to the formation of 2 moles of pyruvic acid. Clear? There is no utilization of oxygen in this particular process. Okay, so there is no utilization or there is no availability of oxygen to the glucose glycolytic pathway. Hence, it is present in both the respiratory mechanism, that is anaerobic as well as in aerobic. Then there is no liberation of carbon dioxide. Okay, there is no liberation of carbon dioxide and there is no utilization of oxygen, and the partial breakdown, not complete breakdown of glucose. Remember, the partial breakdown leads to the formation of the end products, that is pyruvic acids. Clear? So this is introduction related to glycolytic pathway. Now we will see the pathway, how it looks like, how the pathway looks like. So generally I am once again I am quoting you that glycolytic pathway takes place in the cytoplasm of the cell. Hence this is called as cytoplasmic respiration, and it is common for both the types. Hence it is called as core respiration. So this was discovered by 3 scientists, Emden, Meyerhoff and Parnas. Hence it is called as EMP pathway. Clear? Now we will see the schematic representation of glycolytic pathway. Clear? So this is what? Glucose. So glucose contains 6 carbons. Okay. Then glucose can be converted into glucose 6-phosphate. I am using G for glucose 6-phosphate. So P indicates phosphate. Okay, due to space, I am using the codes. Glucose 6-phosphate. It also contains 6 carbons. Okay. Then glucose 6-phosphate is converted into fructose 6-phosphate. It also contains 6 carbons. Fructose 6-phosphate. Then fructose 6-phosphate is converted into fructose 1,6 bis or diphosphate. Okay, fructose 1,6 bisphosphate, or you can say diphosphate. So it is also a 6-carbon compound. Remember, then fructose 1,6 bisphosphate bifurcated into 2 triose phosphates. 2 trioses. Trioses nothing but each compound has 3 carbons. So this is basically a 6-carbon compound. It is bifurcated into 2 3-carbon compounds, or you can say trioses. One is DHAP. So this is 3-carbon compounds. DHAP stands for dihydroxyacetone phosphate. Dihydroxyacetone phosphate. Then 3-PGA, 3-GP, glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate. Glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate. So I am using P here. Right? G3P. You can remember G3P. So G3P is also a 3-carbon compound. Okay, so this is a 3-carbon compound, that is DHAP. So here is also 3-carbon compound, that is glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate, G3P. Clear? Then there is this is reversible reaction, interconversible reaction. Okay, so sometimes DHAP is converted into glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate, glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate converts into DHAP. Then glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate is converted into 1,3 bis PGA. This is also 3-carbon compound. 1,3 bis PGA. Bis nothing but di, 2 indicate. It indicates 2. Phosphoglyceric acid. PGA stands for phosphoglyceric acid. Then 3 PGA. So this is 3-carbon compounds. Then 2 PGA. 3-carbon compounds. Then PEP. 3-carbon compounds. Then finally we have got pyruvic acid, 3-carbon compound. Same thing will be repeated here also. The final output is pyruvic acid that contains 3 carbons. Okay. So this is about the schematic representation in a brief manner. So we'll see the entire schematic representation of glycolysis. See, glucose is converted into glucose 6-phosphate in the presence of the enzyme called hexokinase. So here 1 ATP is converted into ADP. So magnesium ions, Mg plus 2 ions are required for this particular conversion. Enzyme is hexokinase is an enzyme. Okay, then glyceraldehyde, glucose 6-phosphate is converted into fructose 6-phosphate. Clear? So enzyme is phosphohexoisomerase. So phosphohexoisomerase is an enzyme. Then fructose 6-phosphate to fructose 1,6 bisphosphate. Phosphofructokinase is an enzyme. Okay. Then fructose 1,6 bisphosphate is bifurcated into 2 trioses in the presence of an enzyme called aldolase. Okay. Then DHAP converts into G3P. The G3P converts into DHAP in the presence of triose phosphate. I am writing under the equation triose phosphate isomerase. So triose phosphate isomerase. Okay. Then G3P is converted into 1,3 bis phosphoglyceric acids. So here 1 NAD plus is converted into NADH2. So here 1 phosphate PI, phosphate in the form of PI, that is inorganic phosphate. PI stands for inorganic phosphate. Clear? So then the enzyme is glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate dehydrogenase. I am writing just dehydrogenase. Okay. So glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate dehydrogenase is an enzyme. Then 1,3 bis PGA is converted into 3 PGA, 3 phosphoglyceric acid in the presence of phosphoglyceric, means phosphoglyceric kinase. I am just writing kinase, phosphoglyceric kinase. Here 1 ADP, remember 1 ADP combines with phosphate and there is a formation of ATP. 1 ATP molecule is formed. Then 3 phosphoglyceric acid is converted into 2 phosphoglyceric acid. Okay. So 3 PGA is converted into 2 PGA in the presence of mutase. Enzyme is mutase. Okay. Then 2 PJ is converted into PEP, that is phosphoenol pyruvate. PEP stands for phosphoenol pyruvate. Okay. The enzyme is enolase. So here one water molecule is lost. Then PEP is finally converted into pyruvic acids in the presence of pyruvic kinase. Pyruvic kinase is an enzyme. So pyruvic kinase. So in this process 1 ADP combines with phosphates and there is a formation of one particular energy molecule, that is ATP. Okay, so this is about enzymatic representation. Now there are 10 reactions in this particular process. Remember, this is a first reaction, this is a second reaction, this is a third reaction, this one is 4, this is 5, then 6, 7, 8, then 9, here 10. Okay, 10 reactions are being taken place in the glucose metabolism, that is glycolysis. So this is schematic representation of glycolysis. We have 10 reactions in glycolysis. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. So see, the first one is phosphorylation. What is that? So phosphorylation is the first reaction. Then the second one is isomerization. Second is isomerization. Then the third one is phosphorylation. Remember, here also 1 ATP is converted into 1 ADP in the presence of magnesium plus 2 ion. Then the third one is the fourth reaction. It is the fourth reaction. This is a fourth reaction, that is splitting or cleavage. So cleavage or breakdown. Then fifth one is, this is what? Isomerization. Isomerization. Then the sixth reaction, this reaction is called as oxidation. Oxidation. Then the seventh one is called as dephosphorylation. Dephosphorylation. Then eighth. So eighth is called as intermolecular conversion. Intermolecular conversion. Then ninth one is water molecule is removed, hence it is dehydration. So dehydration. Then finally we have got formation of ATP, that is dephosphorylation. Okay, so dephosphorylation. Clear? So these are the reactions in glycolytic pathway. Okay now, so then we'll see one by one. That is, the first reaction is phosphorylation. So phosphorylation means addition of phosphate. So addition of phosphate. Okay, addition of phosphate is called as phosphorylation. Simple. So what happens in this process? Just reflect this process to our schematic representation. So this is what? Glucose, 6 carbon compounds. Okay, then glucose is converted into glucose 6-phosphate. There is no change in the carbon number. 6 carbon compound becomes into 6 carbon compound. There is no change in the carbon number. But what happens? Glucose is converted into glucose 6-phosphate. 6-phosphate. Just see, so glucose contains 6 carbons. For example, just imagine this is the first carbon, second, third, 4, 5, 6. Okay, just imagine, don't go in detail. If you imagine it is the first carbon, this will be the 6th carbon. Okay, then what is meant by phosphorylation? Phosphorylation nothing but addition of phosphate. So addition of phosphate takes place at 6th carbon, right? So phosphate is attached at the 6th carbon of glucose. Hence, glucose is modified as glucose 6-phosphate. Clear? Then who donates phosphate in this reaction? Who donates it? ATP. So adenosine triphosphate donates one phosphate to glucose. This donated phosphate is attached at the 6th carbon of glucose. Hence, glucose is converted into glucose 6-phosphate. Then finally, ATP is converted into ADP, adenosine diphosphate. Okay. Then the one magnesium ions act as a cofactors for this particular reaction. Okay. So this is the first step. So this complete process can be catalyzed by an enzyme called hexokinase. Remember, hexa indicates 6 carbons, whereas kinase, whenever you hear the term kinase indicates addition of phosphate or removal of phosphate. Whenever the kinase comes, remember one secret or one formula: addition of phosphate or removal of phosphate. So here removal of phosphate takes place, nothing but if there is a removal of phosphate, that phosphate is added to the ADP and there is a formation of ATP. So here addition takes place, hence ATP converts into ADP. So here removal takes place, ADP is converted into ATP, ATP converted into ADP, ADP converted into ATP. Okay. So these type of reactions can be catalyzed by an enzyme called kinases. So here we have hexokinase. Then come to second one, isomerization. So iso means same, So glucose 6-phosphate is converted into fructose 6-phosphate. Same formula, C6H12O6, C6H12O6. But some of the atoms shift from one side to another side. There is shifting process take place in this particular isomerization reactions. Simple, there is no change in the formula, there is no change in the carbon number. So glucose 6-phosphate is converted into fructose 6-phosphate. There is a shift, some shift takes place in this particular process. Okay. Then the enzyme is phosphohexoisomerase. Isomerization process can be catalyzed by an enzyme called isomerases. So hexo means 6 carbons, so phospho means phosphate. Okay. So this is second process. Then come to third one, phosphorylation. Same thing will be repeated like first reaction. Phosphorylation. What happens? One ATP becomes into ADP, magnesium ion is utilized. So fructose 6-phosphate, already phosphate is there at 6th carbon. Then one more phosphate is attached. In phosphorylation, one phosphate is attached. Already one phosphate is there at 6th carbon and one more phosphate is attached at 1st carbon as well. Okay. So phosphate is 1st carbon and phosphate is 6th carbon. Two phosphates are attached in the structure of fructose. Okay. Then this particular fructose 6-phosphate can be converted into fructose 1,6. Two phosphates are there, hence bis or diphosphate. There is no change in the carbon number remains same. Clear? So what change taken place here? One phosphate is attached at the 1st carbon of fructose, hence this is fructose 1,6 bisphosphate. Then who donates phosphate? Same thing will be repeated, that is ATP donates phosphate, hence ATP is converted into ADP. Clear? This is phosphorylation reaction. Then the enzyme, whenever addition or removal of phosphate, or removal of phosphate, there should be an enzyme called kinase. Okay. Then phosphofructokinase is an enzyme for the third reaction, that is phosphorylation of glycolysis. Okay. Then come to fourth one, cleavage or breakdown. Cleavage nothing but breakdown process. Okay. How many carbons are there in the fructose 1,6 bisphosphate? There are 6 carbons. Okay. 6 carbon compound, that is fructose 1,6 bisphosphate, is bifurcated into 2 molecules of 3 carbon compounds. So this is 3 carbon compound, this is another 3 carbon compound. So two molecules are formed due to breakdown or cleavage of fructose 1,6 bisphosphate in the presence of an enzyme called aldolases. So aldolases are splitting enzymes or cleavage enzymes, remember, okay. So one is DHAP, for example this is 6 carbon. So this split takes place. So this is 3 carbon, this is 3 carbon compounds. DHAP, dihydroxyacetone phosphate, 3 carbon compounds. Glyceraldehyde 3 phosphate, 3 carbon compounds. Okay, then so same thing here, the sequence of reactions will be taken place. Here also sequence of reactions will be taken place. The final output, or you can say final product, will be pyruvic acid and pyruvic acids. Okay, let's see what type of reactions will be seen in this particular process. Okay, then come to here. DHAP converts into glyceraldehyde 3 phosphate. Glyceraldehyde 3 phosphate will be converting into DHAP in the presence of triose phosphate isomerase. Remember, whenever the isomerase comes, there should be a process called isomerization. Isomerization means what? Shifting of atoms from one side to another side. Okay, hence this reaction can be called as isomerization. Okay, glyceraldehyde 3 phosphate to DHAP, DHAP to glyceraldehyde 3 phosphate. Shifting takes place. Okay, isomerization, that is triose phosphate isomerase. Triose means why triose? These two are the 3 carbon compounds, hence they are trioses. Then come to next level. Glyceraldehyde 3 phosphate converted into 1,3 bisphosphoglyceraldehyde. Okay, there is only one phosphate at where third carbon. So one phosphate is present at the third carbon, but here one more phosphate is added at the first carbon. Hence this is already third carbon phosphate is there now. So one more carbon is attached at the first carbon. Hence it is 1,3, two phosphates are there. 1,3 bis or di, okay, or bi phosphoglyceric acids. 3 carbon compound, 3 carbon compound. There is no change in the carbon number. Already, for example, this is a first carbon, this is the second carbon, this is the third carbon. Already there is a phosphate in the third carbon. So one more phosphate is attached at the first carbon. Hence 1,3 bisphosphoglyceric acids. Okay, then the enzyme is dehydrogenase. Whenever the enzyme dehydrogenase comes, D means removal of hydrogens is catalyzed by this particular enzyme. Okay, so phosphate is added. So phosphate is added at first carbon. So these, some of the hydrogen molecules, hydrogen atoms are removed from glyceraldehyde 3 phosphate. So these removed hydrogens are attached to NAD, nicotinamide adenine dinucleotide. Okay, nicotinamide adenine dinucleotide is a compound which receives hydrogens from glyceraldehyde 3 phosphate. Hence, this NAD becomes into NADH2. Okay, 2 protons are removed from glyceraldehyde 3 phosphates. These removed protons are attached to or added to NAD. Hence, NAD will become NADH2. Okay, then come to next one. This process can be called as oxidation. So, oxidation means what? Addition of oxygen. Okay, so addition of oxygen is called as oxidation, or removal of protons or electrons. Addition of oxygen or removal of protons or electrons is called as oxidation. In this case, there is no addition of oxygen. In this particular case, you cannot find any addition of oxygen. Instead, we find removal of protons. Removal of protons from where? Glyceraldehyde 3 phosphate. Those removed protons are added to NAD. Then NAD will become NADH2. Hence, it is an oxidation process. Then come to next one. Dephosphorylation. Simple. Phosphorylation means what? Addition of phosphate. D means what? Removal. Okay. D means removal. Phosphorylation nothing but addition of phosphate. Here removal of phosphate takes place. Clear? Removal of phosphate. So removal of phosphate. Here phosphorylation means addition of phosphate. Dephosphorylation means removal of phosphate. Let's come to here. 1,3 bis-phosphoglyceric acid can be converted into 3-phosphoglyceric acid. What happens? Here 2 phosphates are there. Phosphates are present at first carbon as well as at third carbon, but the phosphate from first carbon is removed. The phosphate from first carbon is removed. Hence, only one single carbon is present at the third carbon. So, hence, 1,3 bis-phosphoglyceric acid is converted into 3-phosphoglyceric acid. There is no change in the carbon number remains same. 3 carbons, 3 carbons. Okay. So, whenever addition of phosphate, whenever removal of phosphate takes place, there should be an enzyme called kinase. Okay. Phosphoglyceric kinase. The full name is phosphoglyceric kinase catalyzes this particular reaction. Okay. This removed phosphate, first carbon phosphate is removed now. So, this removed phosphate is received by ADP, adenosine diphosphate plus 1 phosphate gives rise to the formation of ATP, adenosine triphosphate. Okay, 1 ATP is formed during this particular reaction. Okay, then come to next level, intermolecular conversion. So, intermolecular conversion, some molecules are converted from one location to another location, that is intermolecular conversion. What is that? For example, in this case 3-PGA means 3-phosphoglyceric acid, that is phosphate is present at the third carbon. Phosphate is present at the third carbon. So, this third carbon phosphate is shifted to second position of the PGA. For example, 1, 2, 3. For example, if you imagine it is first carbon, this should be the third carbon. So, this is what? Phosphate is at third carbon. Okay, in 3-PGA. So, this phosphate is shifted to second position. So, phosphate is shifted to second position. Hence, it looks like this, this is a second position of phosphate. Okay. So, there is, intermolecular conversion. Some of the molecules shift from one location to another location in the same, compound, that is PGA. Third carbon phosphate is shifted to second carbon. Hence, 3-PGA will become into 2-PGA. Okay, this reaction can be catalyzed by mutase, phosphoglyceric mutase. The full name is phosphoglyceric mutase. Then come to next one, that is dehydration. So, hydration nothing but addition of water. Whenever the hydration comes, it indicates addition of water. But D is there in front of hydration. Whenever you hear the term D, it indicates removal. So, removal of water molecule. Dehydration means what? Removal of water molecule. So, here one water molecule is removed. Okay. So, 2-phosphoglyceric acid is converted into phosphoenol pyruvate. Phosphoenol pyruvate. Clear? So, 2-PGA, 2-PEP, phosphoenol pyruvate. One water molecule is removed. Okay. So, this process can be catalyzed by an enzyme called enolase. So, enolase catalyzes this particular reaction. So, this is what? Dehydration. Then come to final one, that is dephosphorylation. Dephosphorylation means removal of phosphates. Okay. So, then PEP, second carbon, at second carbon there is a phosphate in the PEP. So, this phosphate is completely removed. So, phosphate is removed from the PEP, then finally PEP is converted into pyruvic acid. That removed phosphate is received by ADP. So ADP combines with removed phosphate and there is a formation of ATP. So one molecule of ATP is formed. Then the enzyme is pyruvic kinase. Whenever there is a addition, there is a removal of phosphate, there should be an enzyme called kinase. Okay, so this is what dephosphorylation. Okay, so this is a complete structure of glycolytic pathway. Okay, so if you observe the glycolytic pathway, so here one ATP is utilized, here also one ATP is utilized, means two ATPs are utilized in glycolytic pathway. Clear? Then come here, NADH2 is formed on this side, one NADH2 is formed on this particular side, here also one Na, same thing is repeated in this particular process also. Okay, so same thing, one NADH2 is formed and here one ATP and two ATP. So one ATP is formed between 1,3 bis-phosphoglyceric acid and 3-phosphoglyceric acid. So another ATP is formed between PEP and pyruvic acid, means the total ATP number, 2 ATPs are formed on this side and 2 ATPs are formed on this side. One NADH2 is formed on this side and another NADH2 is formed on that particular side. How many ATPs are utilized? 2 ATPs are utilized and 2 plus 2, 4 ATPs are formed, 2 NADH2s are formed. Okay, so this is about glycolytic pathway, right? So this is what glycolysis. So in next class we will see pyruvic acid oxidative decarboxylation and Krebs cycle. Clear? So thank you.